Welcome to the Best of the Post 2023. I'm your host, CJ Luck. The moments this year in Andover had sandwiches served with kind-hearted interactions and summer movie fun with a welcoming neighbor. Settle in for those memorable stories coming up. In Anoka, we have an inside look at what the day-to-day of a city assessor looks like, as well as a story on a backpack giveaway for kids in need. Stay tuned for those stories. From a highly skilled Zamboni driver to an award-winning garden, we have two great Champlin stories from 2023 coming up in just a bit. In Ramsey, we profile a local business owner and you'll get an aerial view of a prominent park. You'll see these stories in just a moment. Stay tuned for all this and more because the Post starts right now. Welcome back to the Best of the Post. This is a special episode where we showcase what our producers consider to be their best stories from 2023. First off, the Andover community shared their gifts and their passions this year, serving up sandwiches with a side of compassion and some outdoor fun with candy and popcorn. Here are two of the favorites from Andover.
A longtime employee of Subway in Andover is serving up some sandwiches with a side of kindness. What makes her interaction so special?
Just being herself.
I'm me. I'm courteous. I talk to my customers. The little kids, I love little kids. I talk to the parents. If the parents are busy with a couple little ones, I try to help out if I have time, so mom can eat or dad can eat while the kids are, fussing. I just try to be very helpful and try to recognize if somebody needs a little extra help, like especially the elderly or the handicapped. They can't always go over, here's your pop, go get it. They can't always do that. You need to go out there and do that for them. And that's part of me. I just like to help and I like to be there and everybody's my friend, so I try to treat everybody like my friend. I treat people like I want to be treated. Loving, kindful.
One of those happy customers was Joanna, who posted on social media to bring Laureen's kindness to the community. Hearing that Laureen didn't have a working car, which she relies on to get to work, and important doctor appointments for her husband. Fellow Andover residents shared their nice interactions with her as well, and started a GoFundMe page to help Laureen fix her car.
This is for you. You can open it now if you want to, or maybe save it for later. I'd say maybe open it now if you want to.
Yes, I'm going to. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Did you?
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting anything like this ever. And it's the Andover community came together and my customers and really surprised me. And I am very, very grateful for it.
She really reaches out to everybody. She makes everyone feel welcome. She loves her job. Yeah, it beams off of her. So you walk in there, you know that she's where she wants to be, and she does a fabulous job, and she makes everyone feel welcome and tries to put a smile on every single person's face. Little kids, big kids, anybody, so.
I don't plan on going anywhere. I've been asked by a few people and offered more money to go elsewhere. I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. I love my job. I can't imagine working anywhere else right now.
It's Laureen's mission to share the golden rule. Treat others the way you'd like to be treated.
Well, no matter what you do day to day, there's good things to happen, there's bad things to happen. Always try to look for that positive with the negative because it's there. You just have to find it. That's going to help you live your life a little bit happier, a little less stressful. Don't let other people's calling you names or telling you that you're a bad person when you know that you're not rule your world. Just keep on smiling. It makes people wonder what you're up to. But just try to be happy and be kind, and you can't help everybody, but sometimes you can touch somebody's heart in a special way like Andover did for me.
Keith has been a resident of Andover since 2009. With 2 grown kids out of the house and 1 daughter still in middle school, Keith wanted to give back to his community and interact more with the public.
So, I kind of started this in the beginning of the summer a couple of years ago. Started having some outdoor nights with Girl Scouts, and they always loved the, set up tents all around the yard and then set up the big projector screen and have an outdoor movie, and we had about 50 people here. And it was just absolutely incredible to watch the way that they were just enjoying it, and they kept coming up to the bar for more popcorn and more Italian sodas, and I just kind of thought it was just a really neat experience to see that, and I thought, I really want to do this more than once or twice a summer. It's kind of cool how quickly it goes up once it's together.
I went to check out a recent movie night he hosted and watched 10 Things I Hate About You.
For tonight, I'm kind of hoping that this is actually my daughter's pick. It's her favorite movie, and she said that if I pick better movies, we might get more people.
That's one thing Keith hopes for: more people to share his landscaped yard and help create memories for others.
Some of my best memories are doing things like this, like Jellystone Park, camping like that. They always had the Yogi Bear movies showing up at night, and I kind of think of that whenever I'm doing it as well. Just kind of something to do that's safe, that's fun, that doesn't cost $1,000 to do it. It's close, you don't have to fight traffic. It's just there if you want it, but if you don't, you're busy, no big deal. It'll be there another time. So now comes the fun part, the electronics.
This year, he's already shown 9 movies.
So I'm already thinking that I don't want the party to end. I'm looking at doing some scarier movie themed movies in the fall. And I'm also thinking that next year, I'm going to maybe plan it out a little bit better.
To help with his planning, he set up a Facebook page, Andover Outdoor Movie Series, where you can check out the weather for the movie night, suggest movies, and talk to Keith and other moviegoers.
Someone actually from the group asked me if I would host a karaoke night, and I actually have a karaoke machine. I have 100 or so CDs, karaoke CDs, and I have confirmed that it does work with the equipment, so I'm open to it if it's your move, Andover.
Keith told me he's dedicated to setting up and showing the movies no matter if people show up or not.
I really just wanted to point out the fact that there are so many people that have influenced me within the community. I just really, really wanted, that to hammer home to everybody that it's a fantastic place to live with a lot of people, and I just know that there are so many people that do so many things all the time that it really challenges me to try to do things even when I don't feel like it. I have days where I just get up out of bed and I don't feel like setting up, and I'm just like, no, it's motivation to me, because it may just be a small thing, but it's a kind of niche that I was able to create that allows me to try to give back in a way that I think is a fun way to give back,
There are a few more times to check out the movie nights at Keith's house. So bring a friend, lawn chairs, a blanket, and pillows to enhance your viewing experience. And with refreshments, popcorn, insect repellent, why not come and enjoy? Keith has seen so many others in the community dedicated to giving back, and this is his way.
I don't know about you, but I don't have a cabin up north. I don't get around. My dog is kind of elderly. It's really hard to get somewhere so I can leave town. It's kind of like I need to stay in town. So what can I do that, provide some kind of a service that gives people who aren't going out of town something to do. And so I guess what I'm saying to Andover is, I'm here. I'm willing to open my yard up to you, and I hope to see you out here.
Here's a look back on 2 of our favorite stories from Anoka this year, starting with a segment from our What's My Job series, followed by a big community giveaway event. Let's check them out.
This spring, some people are wondering what changes more, the weather or a property tax?
All property types are up. Commercial values are up about 9%.
Ryan Kirby is the city assessor for Anoka, and he, alongside Mike Brown, the city's part-time residential appraiser, are tasked with setting property values across the city.
I consider myself the most hated man in the city because I'm the one that sets the property values for your property taxes. Nobody likes to pay property taxes. The property tax itself is set by your city levies, your county levies, and your school district.
Which are the big three?
Which are the big three.
We're kind of one of the only, a lot of times, the only person that somebody sees from the city. The assessor comes by. They don't see a lot of the other people. So I look at it from that regard also, let alone putting a value on your property. Within the city of Anoka, it hasn't been that bad because a lot of these homes don't change. We've gone through it so many times, and we've got a good permit system here within the city.
For someone who has been an assessor with Anoka County for 41 years, Mike Brown has certainly seen all of the adversities that come with the job.
And I've been kicked off a property, and the guy pointing no trespassing slammed the door in my face. From that standpoint, you got to make a decision on that property. What do you do? And I think what I like to do, if I see a field card and I see $20,000 of no responses, he's paying tax on that $20,000. And I will tell him that. You don't want those things out there to pay tax on it. So if you can get into it and explain to him what you're doing, put the basement finish on, take those no responses off, you got a fair and equitable assessment. But it's a nature of the beast. Some just don't want an assessor in, so you got to make the best judgment that you possibly can.
Communication between the city assessor and property owners is crucial to having up-to-date and accurate values on all properties. And sometimes things like mass appraisals do not work for every property because the assessors make adjustments based off of a pool of properties with a median sale price. So being informed and communicating with your assessor's office will help both you and the city's property assessments.
We encourage people kind of in that sometime in March, when you get your property tax statement, it's called a valuation notice. We encourage people to take a look at that valuation notice, and if they have a concern about that value, if they think that our value is too high, we want them to call us. We'll go out there, we'll take a look at their property, we'll put a narrow focus on that particular property.
When you get your value notice, the next notice you get is in
December.
And it's called a truth in taxation notice. So there are a number of avenues throughout the year that they have opportunity to call us, ask about it. Is it correct? I think it's too high. I think it's just right.
Nobody calls us if they think their property value is too low.
Right.
Keeping up with both property assessment and changes to property over time can be a tedious and seemingly never-ending task. Luckily, the technology for the databases and cameras have come a long way since Mike started assessing over 40 years ago.
In the 70s, you were given a half-section map, which was about so big, and you took the one half of that property, which had the specifics, and took that into the field. Taking your pictures, take your roll of film, down to Goodrich Pharmacy. Oh, that picture didn't come out. That one didn't come out. That one didn't come out.
That one's blurry.
Blurry? Yeah. Unbelievable. But those old half-section maps that you took with you are now on our tablet, the GIS, and it's updated constantly, I think you said, isn't it? Eventually, you're going to take a picture with the tablet, and it'll be downloaded right into the camera system right away.
And so it is important to get to know your city assessor, for it empowers the property owners, promotes transparency, and ensures a fair and accountable property assessment process. Individuals can then engage with the assessment system to protect their rights and contribute to the development of a well-functioning local government.
am a member of the Servant Leadership Board here at UMCA. I knew that this was one of the bigger events that our church has the opportunity to do. So I've been up in the clothes closet, which is a resource that the church offers year-round. And so seeing firsthand how the generosity of people donating clothing and then donating their time to clean the clothes and then hang them up and make that available for families, that's really important too, because everybody wants to start school with fresh things.
Favorite part? In reality, it's just seeing all the young kids and how also some of the adults, they smile because they're able to get these free things that they usually won't be able to pay for. And it's just amazing to see that, in my opinion.
United for Community this year includes music and face painting and games. It's also an opportunity to meet community partners, to receive school supplies. We ask people to donate supplies here from this church as well as other churches in the area and community organizations and individual citizens. All of that we put together into this event that brings people together. We have some fun, we share some food, and we hopefully send a lot of kids to school with the things that they need. We partner with organizations like the ACBC Food Shelf, the Anoka County Library. We partner with organizations that work with families, Family Promise, provide shelter for families who are in transition, and lots of other organizations are here as well. So each year, the people who come to the event, they are put on a communications list for the next year. So we reach out ahead of time. We work with all kinds of people in the community to make sure that people know that this is a resource that they can come and be part of. Primarily, we're working with the Anoka-Hennepin Public School District. That's people in schools all across this county and beyond. And so, so that's how we really get the word out in general. And then we do a little bit of social media advertising and word of mouth as well. We've got opportunities to volunteer each year, both before the event, during, and after. We need people to help get the word out, but we also need people to donate. This year we had a list we put out on the community pages and a link to an Amazon list that people could order online if they weren't right here. If you have an organization in the community that you love that would be helpful to people, we want to hear from you as well so we can get people connected in all the ways possible. If you want to get involved, if you need a backpack or you want to volunteer or you just want to be a good neighbor and get to know us, the easiest way is to go to our website at anokaumc.org and we'll get you connected that way.
Yes, I am absolutely looking forward to helping other people because I just love seeing the reactions.
It's been one of the best decisions I could have made.
2023 proved to be an amazing year in Champlin, so just choosing 2 stories was challenging. But here are a couple of favorites from this past year.
Welcome to the garden. Come on in and relax. This isn't just any old garden. Matter of fact, this is the Ascent Flower Garden, located in Champlin, Minnesota.
As a child, I always liked waterfalls, moving water, kind of tying these ideas together. I thought, well, I could construct this thing, and it's really all of an imagination.
Started years ago with a clean slate. Now, it's an absolute wonder. Today, we're on the tour, and our guide is Brian Johnson. Brian and his wife, Yi, show us around their spectacular residential garden.
In 2017, Yi and I found each other, and she is an incredible gardener.
Today, my parents, Cindy and Jeff, join Brian and Yi on this visual adventure while I hang back and capture the beauty.
They decided to, once they got here, that they didn't want to leave. It was very attractive, a lot of interesting shapes, colors.
Look at this. A beautiful tree frog decided to join us.
We do a lot of tours to present this kind of a look to people, and they enjoy it.
Up the steps, crossing bridges, listening to the sounds of waterfalls while admiring the beautiful flowers. This garden is the ultimate Zen experience.
This is nothing that we've gone to school to learn. We're just kind of trying to fit it into the areas that we have.
The Ascent Flower Garden is excited to share they were one of the Star Tribune's garden contest winners.
We were selected as one of the 6 winners of 2023 Beautiful Garden Contest. We are so happy with that.
Congratulations to the Ascent Flower Garden, and if you would like to tour the garden or are interested in purchasing some plants or flowers, they are currently offering both. You can find them on Facebook, or you can reach out to the contact info on the screen.
So we'll walk around the full property. Sometimes the guest is really interested in, a fairly quick pace. Others get very detailed, and it can take maybe up to an hour to get through all the different gardens with questions and answers and, spending some time in a particular zone. We are now into the fall. This is really your last chance to see some really, really smoking gardens. These are very high-end property gardens to see in a local metro property. Are starting to think of ourselves as the Arboretum of the North. So come on out and check it out.
This is Connor Rosbach. Did I get that right, Connor?
Some of us go by Rosbach, some of us go by Rosbach. It doesn't matter to me, really.
Connor is one of the ice maintenance staff members over at the Champlin Ice Forum, and Connor loves to drive the Zamboni.
I love working here. I grew up here with my brother and sister playing ice hockey, and I knew from when I was a little kid I wanted to work here. I wanted to work for this city, and it just I'm happy to help out my community and run this building.
Not only does Connor love to operate the Zamboni, he's really good at it too.
So what the Zamboni does is it shaves the ice with a blade, picks up the snow, throws it into a dump tank, and then behind that there's 2 jets that spray cold water that creates slush to fill in the grooves that the hockey players make and figure skaters, and then hot water is then poured on the ice behind that and then dragged out with a towel to smooth it out and make it look pretty.
Let's get a quick history lesson. The Zamboni, otherwise known as an ice resurfacing machine, is used to clean or smooth out a sheet of ice for skating and was invented by Frank Zamboni in 1949. Let's get back to Connor.
It took me a little while. Again, just that the hardest part there is just kind of learning where you gotta be. Especially going down the middle. The first 2 laps were pretty easy because you can see what you're doing on that left side. Then once you start going down the middle on that right side, it's completely blind. You can't see anything. So just kind of learning where to look on the hood of the bucket to see where you have to be lined up. That is basically the hardest part for me, at least. You see up before and then after shot, and you just say, I did that. It feels good.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, Connor, and thank you for keeping that ice clean for all to enjoy.
What a year 2023 was for Ramsey. Our best of segments focus on fun both in the story being told and how delightful it was to capture the footage. Here are the highlights from Ramsey.
I'm Doug Lewis, and I'm the owner of King Kong Hobbies. I got started in the hobby business as a kid. I still have stuff that I built when I was 13. And so I still have my rocket launching set as a kid, and I have model airplanes in my office at home that I built back then. I went to school to be a pilot, and I've always enjoyed everything that flies. And I worked at another hobby shop in the Metro when I was going to college. And I always thought that it would be like a dream job. Used to be hobby shops were everywhere, and we have become a bit of a destination for people. People you just saw drive in from, an hour and a half away. But that makes it kind of fun when people come in looking for something specific. We've got a great community, and people, by the number of parks, even though people like to do things outside. We're in Minnesota, so people end up doing things inside, and we try to have something for both. But if you go to most of the parks, you'll find people playing with RC trucks or helicopters or kites. Well, we moved here from another city, and the city of Ramsey has been phenomenal. I mean, I can't tell you how good. City Hall, the building inspectors, the fire department, the police department, they've all been so good to us. Yeah, that's been a big improvement for us. We like Ramsey for that. I think it's good for everybody. Every day people call and ask for advice on what to get. Here we have them out, people can pick them up. They can see exactly the differences between each model. When you try and explain that something works better in the street than in the tall grass or vice versa, that they can see it and touch it and decide from there. It's a lot more informed decision. Probably our hot seller right now is the RC cars from Traxxas. We do plastic models, rockets, kites, puzzles, radio control helicopters, airplanes, a little bit of drones when we can get them, boats. It's worth the trip. We're open during the week from 10 till 7, Saturdays 10 till 5, and Sundays noon to 4. Stop in, check us out, and if you think you see something that we're missing, let us know, because we'd love to carry more.
Is that a bird?
I think it's a plane. It's actually a kite, and it's flying at Elmcrest Park in Ramsey. Spring in Minnesota is the perfect time to fly, and Ramsey invites you to join them on Saturday, April 29th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Kites and Bites event, featuring food trucks, fun, and, of course, kites. Thanks to the Ramsey Lions, free kites will be available for youth while supplies last. Of course, you can always bring your own, and we hope to see you there.
That is it for our last show for 2023. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have a story idea for the post, please call or email us and someone will get back to you. If you want to keep up with everything happening in your community and at QCTV, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, and YouTube. Join us weekly for stories from Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey. Thank you for watching, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us at QCTV.